Welcome to the Dopamine Fix Gaming Channel, y'all. On Showdown, we received update 2.4.0.2, and gosh, was this a tiny update. You would think this would have just been a hot fix, as there was only 2 items listed on the patch notes. Item 1 was a fix to the Judgment of the Fool charms that weren't appearing in the normal bounty hunt missions. Item 2 on the patch notes is a fix to an exploit to compact ammo that would replace it with buckshot, allowing players to fire buckshot at long range while retaining the compact ammo count. Jesus, that's crazy. In other news, Crytek gave us a dev stream full of info, so let's hop right on into it. First, they talked about Twitch drops. They detailed that once again there are going to be 3 weeks of Twitch drops, but thanks to our feedback, instead of just having one set of rewards for the entire 3 weeks, this time each week will feature different rewards, all of which has been offered before, but I'm not complaining too much because some folks might have missed some of the items, and it's all free stuff at the end of the day. Highlights for week 1 of the Twitch drops, which is from August 6th through August 13th, is with 3 supply crates and 3 item drops consisting of the Gator Eye Charm, the Marquise Knife, and the Bingham Bash Martini Henry Repose skin. I'm going to cycle through each skin slowly so you can get a close-up. Here is the Gator Eye Charm, the Marquise Hand Knife skin, and the Bingham Bash Martini Henry Repose skin. Week 2 of the Twitch drops runs from August 13th through August 20th, and again includes 3 supply crates and 3 legendary skin traits. That includes the Moondial skin, the Alley Cat Bornheim skin, and the Old Tusk Springfield skin. Week 3 of the Twitch drop runs from August 20th through August 27th, and this week will be reward 3 supply crates again, and the legendary hunter skins Hera's Gift, which is a charm, the 7 Sights Spark Sniper skin, and a random hunter skin. I still don't have Bad Hand or any of the other Dark Tribute skins, so fingers crossed that I'll be able to get one of these cool Dark Tribute skins. All in all, it's not a bad Twitch drop campaign, even though there's nothing new there. Next, they brought up the community contest and stated in my previous video, I am not pleased with this not being included in-game. It's as if Crytek thinks that the Hunt Showdown community is just random internet users and not the actual Hunt Showdown gamers. And I really hope they move this community contest into the actual game. It's cool to feature stuff on social media, but not exclusively on social media. And I think they've heard that complaint and will hopefully be adjusting going forward. Crytek announced that round 2 will begin on August 8th and will have a separate set of hunters roster, which seems like an odd date though, because the Twitch drops start on August 6th. Why not synergize and just link everything together? Also, I noticed that the new week of Twitch drops start the same day the previous week ends. So why not adopt that same policy for the community contest instead of having a week of nothing happening? I imagine one would argue that Crytek needs time to figure out who won the contest, but it's all digital. They should know who won either Team Fool or Team Judge the second the deadline is reached. Also, it was Team Judge that won this time. And why not give us real details, like which skins racked up the most kills for each team? That's the level of transparency we need. Get people excited that the skin they were running did good in the exact numbers. Otherwise, it just seems like y'all are making it up as you go. Again, Team Judge did win the community contest round 1 with over 200,000 more kills than Team Fool. Yeah, that's how law enforcement team is doing. We holding it down. But one of the things that we get from completing this first round of the contest was some courthouse lore. I have pulled up on the screen right now. Now, the suspect in this case is none other than Doc Red Martin, better known as the Fool. And I will admit that tiny bit of lore is cool. However, this could have been an opportunity to connect different characters or hunters together, but instead we get a brief transcript of the fool's victims talking about the horror that occurred after drinking Red Martin's all cure. Only everyone mentioned is not even in the game. Why on earth would we possibly care about lore about random characters that aren't even in the game? I'm telling y'all, Crytek, this was a masterful lore blunder to have random victims, judge, prosecutor, and defense attorney, but none of them are actually the big people that are in the game right now. I don't know. It seems like the second biggest mistake since removing the lore from the game itself. Anyways, the community contest round 1 ended with Team Judge winning over 200,000 more kills. That's amazingly awesome. Go Team Law Enforcement. So one of the things we get for completing the first round of the contest was some courthouse lore. Now, I put it up on screen for y'all. The suspect in this case is none other than Doc Red Martin, better known as the Fool. I will admit, this tiny bit of lore is cool. However, this could have been an opportunity to connect different characters or hunters together, but instead we get a brief transcript of some of the Fool victim, not Alice, mind you, talking about the horror that occurred after drinking Red Martin's cure-all. Or all cure, sorry. Only, everyone mentioned is not even in the game. Like, why on earth would we possibly care about lore about random characters that aren't actually in the game? I'm telling y'all, Crytek, this was a masterful blunder. To have random victim, judge, prosecutor, and defense attorney, but none of them actually be characters in the game is like the second biggest mistake I've seen Hunt Showdown do right after removing all the lore from the game itself. It's such a strange stance to withhold previously available lore from gamers playing Hunt Showdown, like what happened earlier this year. To create new lore, but have it almost completely disconnected from any of the characters in game, and to host a community contest, but restrict it from the place your gaming community spend the most time with the content in game. Like, please tell me y'all not purposely trying to alienate your own community, Crytek. Like, where are these ideas coming from? I'm not gonna hold you. This was really frustrating. I can only imagine how many others feel this way as well, except a large portion of the community doesn't even know any of this has happened, since none of it was actually in-game for them to witness. Anyways, the rewards for round 1 is a Creepy Night Centennial Shorty skin, Silencer variant. If you don't know this about me, I'll admit, I'm a whale. I like spending money on games I enjoy, and Hunt Showdown has been my primary game for like 6 years now. So I already had the skin, so basically no reward for me. And to be fair, this isn't much of a reward at all. We here in America call this a coupon. It's just a discount to buy a skin, y'all. So don't get anything for taking part in this event after all. Anyways, the rewards for round 1 is a Creepy Night Centennial Shorty Silencer skin. And if you don't know this about me, I'll admit it, I'm a whale. I like spending money on games I enjoy, and Hunt Showdown is my primary game for like the past 6 years now. So I already have this skin, which means no reward for me. But to be fair, this isn't much of a reward at all. We here in America, we just call this a coupon. It's just a discount to buy a skin. So you don't really get anything for taking part in this event. But I will admit, this is a good skin. I do have it applied already. The real cherry on top is that this discount is only available for like 1 week. Crytek, why are you punishing your fans and gamers for not spending money, not now, but right now, on your game? My guys, y'all gotta get off this FOMO, fear of missing out train, and also leave these bundles behind. It's played out, and you guys are only pushing gamers away. Crytek, let's imagine me the CFO of the company for a bit and think about this. Hunt Showdown has about 3 to 4 battle passes per year for the last 2 or 3 years now, each one with unique content inside and each one roughly about $20. As it stands currently, the opportunity to make money off of each battle pass disappears as soon as the event ends. So how about you update your UI, y'all love tinkering with, and add some menu option to view, purchase, and track all previous battle passes and related rewards. Charge your $20 to access a battle pass, or maybe if you so desire, occasionally give a discount on year-old battle passes. Now, you still have access to potential revenue from the time and energy you already put into the content that was created, so anyone that comes into Hunt after the battle passes have already ended doesn't feel left behind missing out on awesome content. And to balance it all out, the events provide the actual XP bonus, and so any old battle passes have to be progressed at the regular XP rate. Obviously, only one battle pass can be active at a time, and the event XP only applies to the battle pass associated with it. Gamers should be able to have the option on how they spend their money on the game, and by removing the time gates on a battle pass, you ensure that money can still be recouped. Speaking of options, you have to do something about these silly bundles as well. It's fine to offer a bundle at a discount, but also let us buy the individual items inside the bundle. There are multiple bundles with weapon skins I want, but I refuse to buy that silly ghost face or other hunter skins I'm just not interested in. So instead of Crytek getting some of my money, y'all are choosing to get none of my money since you don't give me the option to spend it. On to the next topic. We have Thundershower, not what I like to keep calling it, Thunderstorm. And sadly, while it's only available on 2 maps, at least we do get something. Thundershower will be available on the Stillwater Bayou with a 30% chance of the storms occurring, and Mammon's Gulch with a 20% chance of the storms occurring. Thundershower will alternate anywhere between 2 and 11 minutes of weak rain and exactly 2 minutes of intense or strong rain. Crytek says this allows for a bit of randomness with the calm, but also allowing everyone to know exactly when the strong part of the storm will relax again. Just like before, the heavy rain will put burning hunters out, mass footsteps, lower visibility, and startle animals. Crytek showed off how the Thundershower has been brightened up so that the lighting is more interesting and still provides moments of decent visibility. Crytek introduces us to probably one of the currently hardest working developers teams, Christoph and the audio designers, and boy is this team on point. Like, surely the audio of Hunt Showdown is next level and only a handful of games can compare. To illustrate what they've been up to, he walks us through the changes regarding the way that the rain affects audio from interacting with different surfaces and their materials, like wood versus the mud versus the grass versus metal, and us running in the puddles to the way the rain drips through interior areas. Like, this is definitely the highlight of the whole video, and like, I watched it a couple times. Crytek, this is truly great stuff. Of course, from the highs of the audio tech, we are struck low by the complacency of dull, boring, non-lore specific recolors of legendary hunters. Now, I will say that it is still good that you give gamers that like their original exclusive skins that status, but I'm not one of those gamers, and everyone should have access to everything as far as I'm concerned, but I reckon that is a good compromise. However, doing a recolor of hunters is an absolute no-no. You could do variants like with the Bad Hand and Revenant, being that one is alive and one is dead, and it's the same character. Same with the Rat and the Kid and their drowning variants. In the future though, do variants like that for hunter skins, not just simple recolors. Especially don't create recolors of anything and then try to charge us for it. That's just a massive slap of disrespect to your community. Now on the other hand, recolors of weapons and equipment is totally fine and within reason. It should be different wood grains or different metals, not just random colors that never actually appear on weapons. Think tactic cool when doing this kind of stuff, but these look good. Still, do not charge gamers for recolors of anything. But you can create advanced challenges like the quest line. That was a great feature that y'all removed. Bring back the quest line for us to progress through and earn these skins. That keeps the player interest high and ensures that it's only doing things that are already part of the regular game too. So no scaring 100 birds quest or anything silly like that. Make it like 100 headshots with the Nagat precision or 200 kills with the Akimbo Bornheims. In the Q&A, it stated that they kept the community contest separate from the game and only on social media because they did not want to take away from the new content being made and bug fixes. This is not that deep to add a screen pop-up onto the game, like where they recently add the survey links and all the advertisements for microtransactions though. We gotta work something better out. Lobby invites will also be coming at some general unspecified time in the future, and I'm hoping that also means inviting PlayStation players as well. Of course, still no mention of fixing the actual underlying netcode that would allow for a more seamless experience befitting a hardcore tactical FPS shooter, like this game is. That pretty much wrapped up the dev stream though, and I know I sound pretty harsh on Crytek, but it's only because this is my favorite game and it sucks to see it making so many mistakes. Especially at a time when so many other games are doing all the right things, and we have so many different options of things to be playing right now between the Ready or Not, Warhammer Darktide, the upcoming Helldivers about to drop for Xbox. Like, we are flush with awesome games to play. I'm hoping Hunt Showdown will never falter, and I'm looking forward to slinging some bullets in the rain tomorrow. Let me know in the comments what you thought of all this information, and tune in for more Dopamine Fix Gaming.